walk down the streets every day and I just think it's a wonder. It's just, life is a wonderment. But it's about discovery. And that's why museums are good. Museums that allow kids and people to play with them, to touch them, to figure things out.
I think the Exploratorium is a really wonderful institution because it's so experiential. I think for a lot of young people, what really makes science tangible is to actually see what you can do with it.
Learning of science is a way to help people see their worlds differently and negotiate their lives in happier ways.
Institutions like the Exploratorium are amazingly important because they give a small glimpse of what is it like to be a scientist? What kind of work is that? What type of achievements would I have? What types of applications would this have in my everyday life? Fostering a greater understanding of science, especially for young people, is really eye-opening to help them pick their future careers and ultimately achieve those advances in science that we need.
I think it's very important to inspire the young people in terms of science. And I think it's important to do it already from a very young age, because it's something, if you get it then, you carry it with you.
We're all natural-born scientists. We grow up as scientists. We want to touch things and experiment and do inquiry. And this place is just the house of inquiry.
As a woman, you have to be a role model, and you really have to support the young women coming up, and you have to give them confidence so they believe in themselves and that they can do it.
The new things, the new day, the new opportunities, the new ideas, the new possibilities is what gets me out of bed in the morning, gets me up in the morning. I'm basically an explorer.
Science is often perceived in the media as an individual and solitary effort, but really, in fact, science is around working in a community, very collaborative, working with lots of different people with different sets of expertise.
Science is totally accessible in that anyone can do it and you can enjoy doing it.
The National Science Foundation learns a lot from us about how to create experiences that help people engage in these kinds of settings and how people learn in these kinds of settings.
Coming to a place like this and being able to investigate and see inside and ask those questions about the reality around them, I think is a critical experience, and it's not available at home, and it's rarely available at school. Science is a spectrum from the most applied to the most basic, and what's applied today grew out of what was basic 50, 20, 10 years ago. If you were to cut off the basic, some people call it curiosity-driven research, the future of what capacities we might have is cut off at that time.
Well, something like the Exploratorium or museums of any sort are where we see science three-dimensionally.
There's an opportunity for young people, old people, to really look and play and touch and imagine. And I think it's when you learn how to discover and learn how to imagine that that's what your life's work should be.